So if you want to overcome the problem of fear in your trading, like fear of missing out or fear of losing, or a case of having that uncontrollable feeling of wanting to break your rules, you just like trade hungry, you just cannot hold yourself. And for some people, stuff like over risking, whereby you just see this setup and you're like, well, this setup is very clean, I want to get in, I want to go all in. Like, you can't just stop being greedy. Then this is the right video for you. You want to be able to stick to your rules. You know that your strategy is working, you have tested it, you have seen people that trade the same strategy like you pull out money from the market, get payouts, and you know that if you can just stop breaking your rules, you'll be profitable, you'll be consistent, but whenever you're in front of chart, you just find yourself breaking your rules, making mistake, and at the end of the trading day, you want to just give up on this whole trading stuff. Well, I used to be that way. At first, my worst issue was trying to chase moves. So I have my strategy, I have my rules in place, but then when I see the market suddenly selling or buying with impulse, I'm like, oh, immediately I'll just have a rush of ideas that tell me it's buying towards the high. Just get in and just catch this quick move and close very fast before your setup shows up. That was exactly what I was struggling with. I always find myself trading on impulse. Like, I just want to get that quick funds before my real setup shows up, because somehow it just looks so sure that this candle that is going so bullish will get to that high, and then I get in, and as usual, I lose money. And after this phase in my trading, I started experiencing a phase whereby when I lose back to back, I become so scared to place a trade. So I just come on the chart and watch, very unwilling to place a trade. I just want to watch. Now the market has humbled me, I've lost a lot of money, and I'm scared to place a trade. Sometimes traders mask it as I'm just waiting for the better confirmation, or I'm just waiting for it to be clear, while deep down they're scared of taking their setup. And guess what? You watch and you see your exact plan, what you knew the market will do. The market will do it and then will leave you behind. Now, all of these mental struggles, I've been through it. But now the same me that was having these psychological problems and mental setbacks, I've been able to do this and this and this. So it means there's a solution for your issues. Your issues is not unsolvable, because I've been there and I no longer struggle with these things. You can see the evidences. I remember one trader friend I had when I was still struggling in trading, and when I go to his house to chill with him and then we just get to talk, when I come into his house, he's full of vibes, very friendly, and whenever he gets into his trades, I watch him. Sometimes he makes money. I mean, this guy is rich. He makes 2k 3k in just a trade, and I see him lose money also. Like, he could lose like 1k 1.5 or even 2k. But do you know what's really, really shocking that I noticed? The same mood he had when I came into the house, when he welcomed me, the same mood he had when he takes wins and takes losses. Nothing changed. He just takes it like one very boring routine. I mean, at that time, it was really shocking to me. I'm like, how? Maybe this guy is very stoic. Maybe it's something that comes with people when they give birth to them. Maybe naturally, some people are really, really stoic and they don't feel emotions. That's what I thought. Not until I myself, I learned the mind hacks. There are certain psychological hacks you should know that would rewire your brain to feel numb to wins and losses. Why? Because first of all, wins and losses are the highest triggers of psychological problems. I bet you, if you are winning every day, trading is going to be kind of easier. But guess what? Even as it's easy, some people will try to increase your lot size. Greed will step in. And if you're losing every day, what happens? The pain will make you try to revenge or try to hesitate. So every single psychology problem comes from win and losses. So if you can be numb to win and losses, meaning if your brain can feel absolutely nothing, no pain from losses, no happiness or euphoria from wins, then do you know all your problems are solved? As simple as that. So because the whole trigger of your psychology problems is starting from when you lose a trade or when you win a trade or when you wish to win and not to lose. So it's all coming from results. And if your brain can be numb to those results, you're free permanently. So there are these 7 proven psychology hacks that will rewire your brain to feel numb to win and losses. Most of these professional traders you admire, you like, that trade live in front of you and act like they don't feel anything, they know these psychological hacks, but then they don't talk about it that much online because it's like second nature to them already. What I mean is, can you explain to somebody how to walk with your 2 legs? You just walk with your two legs, isn't it? You just cannot explain it because it's your nature. You can just do it. So that's exactly how it is. When this become part of you, it just become you. And people will think you're stoic from birth, but you're not. So the seventh psychological hack, and I bet you the sixth hack is the greatest of all times. And I bet you've never thought about it this way. The first hack is treat training like a college degree. So how does a college degree work? Most degrees are going to take you 4 to 5 years to graduate, meaning from the first day you start going to school. I mean, I don't think there's any students in their year one thinking about their first paycheck. Probably lawyers in the year one are like saying, well, when I become a lawyer, I would make a lot of money, or when I become a doctor, I'm going to make a lot of money. Nah, nobody thinks about that. Everybody wants to pass. Like, they want to pass their exam. And the only way to pass your exam is to read your books and focus on learning. Coming to class, coming to attendance, reading your books, buying the necessary equipment the lecturer said you should buy. So it means you're focused on process while in school. That's it. You're forced to focus on process. And if you treat trading this way, I bet you trading is going to be a lot easier. So do you know why trading is really, really difficult for most people? It's because they think when they started, they are supposed to be making money in the first month, or maybe in the first 3 months, or in the first 6 months, or in the first year. Now, if you're going to learn how to trade without the mentor, it means you're most likely not going to learn anything in the right direction. You're going to do try and error for some time. And that try and error alone can cost you so many years before you start learning in the right direction. Now, while learning in the right direction, it's going to also take you some time. And that's based on the individual. Okay, some people can take them so long, and some people not too long. And then after learning in the right direction, you still need time to master and experience trading. So that's why it takes a lot of time for most people. And maybe if you have a mentor, it can be shorter. Like that whole 1-2 years of try and error, just like me, might not be there anymore. The thing is, most people in their try and error experience really, really harsh conditions. And it's all because they want to start making money. If you put your mind that, okay, between the day I start to 5 years apart from now, then I would check myself if this is for me or not. I mean, you give yourself those long gap that, okay, I'm starting how to trade right now, and I'm going to treat it like a college degree. I'm going to check myself if I'm profitable or not. I'm going to look at my, like, how far I've gone. Am I making money? I'm going to judge myself 5 years from now. I bet you, if you go with this mindset, you'll be so calculated, you'll be so calm, and you focus on learning. And I bet you get 5 years, right? In 1 year, to your greatest surprise, you start seeing massive results because every single move you take was calm and calculated, and you were focused on learning. There is one thing that makes it really, really difficult for people to focus on the long term, and this is when they are getting peer pressure from family and friends. And that gets us to the second psychological hack. Keep your journey secret from non-traders. See, your family and friends will keep reminding you about how miserable your life is when you're not yet profitable. And this would mess with your head. I mean, we'll start a skill in 1 year and start making a lot of money. Woo! It took me 4 years to build my YouTube channel. I got monetized on this YouTube channel this year, 2025. And I started this channel 2021. This is just YouTube channel. YouTube. It's funny because is it tech? Is it content creating? Is it skit making? Is it music production? Anything you want to do with your damn life cannot start making you millions in a year. But then these people are going to make you feel like you're wasting your time, you're doing the wrong thing. Even having a job, it's not going to take you 1 year. You're going to go to school for 5 years. So these people are going to pressure you and make you think you are supposed to be rich really fast. So if you just keep your mouth shut and focus on your process, and if you want to talk about trading, your struggles, your wins, then talk about it with traders like you. And it's way better than getting discouraged from non-traders. Keep it secret, bro. So the third psychological hack is one mentor, one concept. So I remember starting out, I was doing support and resistance price action. Peer pressure from other traders posting how they catch magical entries on SMC with limit orders, and prices respecting their orders because they are trading on the same levels banks are trading, blah, 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 blah. I jumped to SMC, then I jumped to ICT, I tried Wyckoff, I tried so many concepts. See, concepts is different from strategy. A concept is a particular school of thought. It's like a group of school of thought. Now, ICT is a library. There are a lot of strategies in ICT. There's a lot of strategies in supply and demand. There are a lot of strategies in support and resistance. There are a lot of strategies in Elliott wave, because these are concepts. Strategy is looking deeply into one concept, taking few things and forming some set of rules or some set of confluences that tells you when to place a trade or not. Strategy is directed, but concept is wide. So when you're doing ICT concepts, you've learned all the power tree, you've learned market profile, weekly profile, daily profile, you've learned everything learnable. Tell me, how can you use all those concepts in one strategy? Your strategy gets very complex. So you should focus on one mentor, because one mentor will most likely be using one concept, and build your strategy from that one concept and one mentor. Because on YouTube, there are just so many mentors, and when it comes to technical, it's important to choose one. For psychology, you could choose another person or other people, but when it comes to technicals, try to choose one so that you can direct your learning in one direction, and everything about other concepts should not be your business. The fourth psychological hack is simplicity will save you. So what do I mean by simplicity? The best and best of traders have the simplest, insanely stupid strategies. And if you're doubting me, go to FTMO channel on YouTube and watch these traders that have done massive payouts, 6-figure payouts from FTMO, or even 5-figure payouts from FTMO. And you're going to share their screen, and I bet you think their strategy is stupid, because it's actually very simple. And you have added a lot of confluences, twists and turns to your strategy, thinking that it's protecting you from losing. But are you not still losing? Be honest, you're still losing. So what are they for? So when creating your strategy, you need simplicity. Creating a strategy is not based on what works and what doesn't work. I bet you everything works, but not everything will work for you. Why? Because of your personality. There are people that have certain personality types that helps them hold trades for long. And there are people that just cannot. Those guys that can hold trades for long, if you have that kind of personality and you can also chest multiple losses for a long period of time, like 10 losses, 15 losses in a row, then trading a high risk reward strategy is for you. It's about what suits your cycle, like what you can bear, because every single thing you think about in trading has advantage and disadvantage. So when you think this mentor is making a lot of money because he's using a 7RR, then you don't know what you're talking about, because that mentor uses a 7RR, but also he usually experiences losing streaks. I mean, his win rate is very low, but he only posts when he gets to 7RR, and there are you don't know the downside, you want to jump into it. So when forming your strategy, you need to form a strategy based on who you are and what you can perform best in, what will not ruin your psyche. And you have to get that from just one concept, from one mentor. Trust me, this is the best thing you can ever do. So if you're watching this video and you don't have a strategy, or you have a strategy but it's too complex, you need to simplify it, or you have a strategy, probably you understand it is easy for you, but you're struggling with consistency, like your psychology is fucked. Now, there is a personal assistance I'm going to offer you, just me and you, close guide to make your strategy very, very effective. You don't have to change your strategy, but if your strategy, if I look into your strategy and it's whack, like it's weak, it cannot hold you long term because of who you are, then I'm going to help you replace it with what got me funded. You can pause the video right now, go to the description. The first link on the description is my Telegram DM. And when you go to the DM, just send me mentorship. And we're going to discuss, I'm going to interview you, going to know your problem. So we get to fix your problem ASAP. And this mentorship is not free, because I'm going to give out my time 100% to see you win. So back to it. Number 5 psychological hack. Make study and journaling your routine. So while you're learning a strategy, or while you're trying to build a strategy, or you're watching it, you should learn to study and journal. Now, journaling keeps you in check. Now, how should you journal? So at first, when you're learning a strategy from a mentor or from YouTube, for anywhere, you want to journal every bit of the instructions and the rules you need to go with that strategy. And then you are going to make mistakes when you start trading it, like based on forward testing with a demo account. That's what you should be doing. You shouldn't learn a strategy and go live. You should test it on a demo account. So you want to journal your mistakes every day. So those mistakes, what guides you to know this is a mistake and this is the right doing? It is the strategy itself. So you have to put it in actionable steps, what we call checklists. Now, this is exactly how a checklist should look. So you should have steps whereby you have to check these boxes before you place a trade. Now, any day you make a mistake or you miss a box or you do anything out of line, you're journaling that trade and you're putting it under the notes that you did not perform well this day, you missed a step, you missed this. So journaling is going to help you just track your performance to keep you in check. And if you don't know how to journal, you don't have a journal, you don't know how to use Notion, watch this video that's popping up on my screen. I said everything about how I journal. You should just go and copy me. Number 6, say that number 6 is the greatest of all hacks. Personally, number 6 made me go from being an anxious, stressed out, burnt out, always fear of missing trades, always fear of losing everything. Number 6 made me a perfect trader, and I became numb to wins and losses because of number 6. And what is it? Backtest like it's your life. Do you know what backtesting does for you? Backtesting makes you do your strategy so much that you get too used to it that it becomes second nature. Now, I bet you when you get too used to something, you could literally be unaware and still kill it. I mean, when you backtest, from 100 to 1,000 trades, you do your strategy over and over again. Now, if your strategy is very simple, like I said it should be, simplicity is key, you find yourself repeating the same instructions over and over and over and over again. For every trade you take, either win or loss will happen. Win, loss, win, loss. Now, by the time you have seen win, loss for 5 solid years data back tested, it's impossible to feel anything when you win and lose in real life. I bet you. I mean, you have seen losing streaks, winning streak, all kind of results over a long period of time, because you will see quarters that you will see break-even quarters. You will see losing quarters. You will see winning quarters. You will see break-even years. See, you will see a lot of horrific things that will make you say, wow. So this is exactly how trading is. And when you come to that realization, in real life, these things won't bother you again. That is what backtesting does to you. And I'm a living testimony. I could lose 6-7 times in a row and I don't feel anything because I've seen it in my backtests. I've seen my strategy can do that. My strategy gives me 4 losses max in my backtest, and I was doing just 1 pair. And in real life, I trade 2 pairs. So having 4 times 2 losses in a row, which is 8, in a bad scenario is very possible. So when it happens, why do I fidget? Think about it. So when you backtest, you become numb to win and losses, and you trade even better because you know it's all about repetition over and over again. And long term, you make money. That's the truth. If your strategy has an edge, which most strategy have an edge, what I'll say is, if you execute your strategy flawlessly, you will make money in the long run. And backtesting will show you that. That is the best hack amongst every hack I listed. Number 7, don't follow influencers online. Now, this is very, very important. It's important because influencers make you think trading is easy. So somebody just will tell you they were bored today, so they went to buy a G-Wagon. Somebody will say they traded today and they make money and then they want to go and buy a car. In your mind, you think when you get profitable, you make money today, it's going to be enough to buy a car. Then think about it. If it's that simple, then everybody will have private jets. But why don't they have? Because some of those cars are rented. Some of those things are just content. You should use your head. They tell you they flip from $5 to $100. Why did they stop at $100? Why can't they continue? Because from $5 to $100 is more than 2,000%. So why can't they continue with that pace till they take that money to $1 trillion? Why? If they can move from $100 to 10K, why can't they still take 10K to 1 trillion? If that's how easy it is, they always stop, right? It's because they are telling you what's unreal. They're lying, because there's nobody that would not want to buy a private jet by flipping. And when they get to 1 trillion, they're supposed to flip it to, I don't know any other place value apart from 1 trillion. But see what I'm saying? So please stop paying attention to these people. You need to pay attention to process, like I said, and give yourself that long span. Because if you don't focus on process, you're going to be stuck in a loop of losing, and losing. These are the 7 psychological proven hacks that got me profitable, and I stopped having these mental psychological barriers and I kept making money. So if you enjoyed this video, the next video coming on my screen is really going to be important for your trading progress. Do well to watch it. Peace.